Hello, a very good morning to all. Myself, Khushbu Bhalodia, Assistant Professor, Chemical Engineering Department, LJ Institute of Engineering and Technology. My subject is Green Technology and Sustainable Development. This is the second lecture about the green technology and sustainable development. In a previous lecture of this subject, we have gone through the meaning of green technology and sustainable development. What is actually green example of green technology, today's emerging green technology, and after that what are the types of green technology. Right. Now in a today's lecture, we will see the concept of green chemistry, greener approach, and what is the need for green chemistry. Right. So green chemistry means it is design, commercialization and use of product and process that are feasible and economical while minimizing risk to human health and environment, while minimizing generation of pollution at source. Right. So while minimizing these two things are very important. So minimize the risk to human health and environment along with minimize the generation of pollution at source. Here they says lower pollution at the source itself rather than to treat after the generation of source, eliminate the generation of pollution at the source itself. Right. So develop, commercialization and use the product and process in such a way that first one is economical but obvious, but it should minimize the risk to human health and generation of pollution at source itself. So we can apply the green technology or particularly green chemistry throughout the life cycle of any chemical product. That means green chemistry can be applied across the life cycle of chemical product, including its design, manufacture and its use. Right. Let us take one example. One is the traditional process. In this traditional process, some raw material we are introducing to our chemical process. Right. So after the completion of our process, we will get some product and we will get some waste. So that waste we need to treat. Right. So for that some pollution control strategies are required. But rather than to the traditional process, one can go for the greener process. So what this greener process says? Based on the concept of green technology, use the raw material, starting with the raw material that should be known as hazardous, that's having a higher recoverability, also it is cheap in nature. Right. And use the modified chemical process. Modified chemical process, that means it's having a higher efficiency, right, with so lower reaction type, lower temperature, pressure and all these things. And after the completion of process, you will get some product, right. And another thing you will get, that is waste. So from that, try to recycle useful component in your process again, so that your pollution control load will be lower down. Right. And along with this, we are using high efficient equipment, and our selectivity of our raw material is also such that a maximum amount of reactant gets converted into our product. So ultimately what it gives to us, it will lower our pollution control load as well as it will increase our income. Right. So green chemistry involves chemical reactions using environmentally benign solvents, that means environmental friendly solvent. It involves improved catalyst, say for example phase transfer catalyst or like that. It involves improved catalyst, that means that increase the selectivity and reduce waste. That catalyst have a product quality and reduce environmental impact. It involves separations using supercritical carbon dioxide rather than the conventional solvent. It involves separative reactor that boost yield and selectivity. New designs that integrate mass and energy more efficiently. It involves product modification that reduce the emission. So entire change in the process will lead towards the development of sustainable product, or I can say sustainable technology. So ultimately, as a conclusion, I can say that green chemistry, that means reduction in waste, risk, hazard, energy and cost while increasing the renewability reusability, atom utilization and energy efficiency. Atom utilization, that means conversion efficiency, and another is the energy efficiency. Right. Now next topic is the need of green chemistry. Before starting with the 12 principle of green chemistry, I would like to define how this green chemistry comes into existence, or how this green chemistry word comes. So first incidents take place in 1962. The book is Silent Spring mentioned the harmful impact of DDT on birds. Right. So this DDT, the chemical, is bioaccumulate in birds and caused egg cell thinning or nesting failure, result in the population decline. Right. So from this picture, green chemistry word comes. Right. Another thing that happened, that is thalidomide was used to treat nausea in pregnant women till 1962. But the disadvantage of this substance, it's some newborns are with birth defect, right? So after that it was withdrawn from the market because that chemical is having some adverse effect on the newborn child. Another thing that happened is in 1956 Minamata disease was first discovered in Minamata city in Japan. What was actually there? It was caused by the release of methyl mercury in industrial wastewater from the chemical factory. So from a chemical factory, they are simply discharging the untreated wastewater, and that untreated wastewater consists methyl mercury, and because of that large quantities of fish and shellfish were heavily contaminated, right? And then some adverse impact that is happened with the human life. Along with this, some industrial disaster that also take place, right? So one famous incident was in a Bhopal disaster, that is December 3rd, 1984. So in a 3rd December 1984, what was happened? 45 tons of dangerous gas, methyl isocyanate, escaped from the Union Carbide plant in Bhopal, India, right? And because of that gas drifted in an overly dense populated area, thousands of life immediately lost. And because of that, some harmful impact was there in our environment. So why this happened? What is the actual reason behind that? So that incident was the ultimate outcome of faulty technology design. So there was an error in technical design, there was a poor management also, right, because of the unprofitable nature and the highly dangerous facility, that incident taken place, and this was the worst disaster ever, right? So this was all disasters are alarming to our chemical industry, that now we need to think about our environment. Another disaster that is taken place in 1986, the Chernobyl disaster, right? It's a very again a famous disaster at a Chernobyl nuclear power plant in Ukraine, right? So what was there? It is resulted in a severe release of radioactive material, right? And again it was due to the poor reactor design and operated with inadequately trained staff or trained person. So these all are the disasters, these all are the incident that has taken place in our life, and by using those, by taking the guide of this thing, we can now generate our product in such a way that this thing cannot repeat again with us. Now actual green chemistry concept. So Paul Anastas, who is a father of green chemistry, right? So by all this concept, Paul Anastas has developed a green chemistry word, and that goal of green chemistry is create better, safer chemical while choosing the safest and most efficient ways to synthesize them and also reduce the waste, right? So 12 principles was developed by two scientists, Paul Anastas and John Werner, and then 3 is just only classification of 12 principle. So 12 principle, first classification says that use and produce no toxic chemical. Second says minimize the use of chemical and energy resources, and third says prevent the accidents, right? Because if you will prevent the accident before it take place like by using a proper technical design, by proper efficient staff, highly trained worker, then most of the industrial disaster we can control. We can eliminate all the things that is happening with us, right? So 12 principle we will see again with the one detailed case study also. So this was regarding today's session. In a today's session, let us quickly revise what we have covered. We have covered the concept of green chemistry, right? What is the detailed definition of green chemistry? So green chemistry says that reduction in waste generation and use your product and component in a such a way that it having a less harmful impact on our environment. So minimize the risk to human health, and along with that minimize the generation of pollution. Then we covered examples of about the green engineering or the green chemistry by the traditional process and by the greener process, and then we covered what are the needs of green chemistry, why this green chemistry word comes into existence. So there was a Minamata disease, there was a harmful impact of DDT on bird, right? So some another impact was there, like a thalidomide was used in a pregnant woman, so there was also a impact, adverse impact on newborn child, right? So and also industrial disaster, that's a Nobel disaster and Bhopal gas disaster. So by using all these incidents that happened in past, we can learn a lot of things that we can need to develop our product, or we need to develop our process in a such a way that it should have a lower harmful impact. After then we covered 12 principles that is classified into a 3 category that was given by the Paul Anastas. So that was regarding the today's session. Hope this session is clear to you. Let's go green.